He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Fans Only Sports Network's live broadcast tonight of Division II quarterfinal football here from Pawtucket, Rhode Island. St. Raphael Saints taking on the Shea Raiders tonight here from Pawtucket, Rhode Island. McCoy Stadium actually right next to us here for the matchup as the number 1 seed St. Raphael Saints take on the number 4 Shea Raiders. I am your play-by-play commentator, Chris Hetu, tonight from Parish Field here in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, here to bring you through the matchup between both teams. Shea being the number 4 seed in Division B, Division II football, and then St. Raphael's being a very dominant unit this season with a record of 6-2 overall, 5-1 in league play. They are the number 1 seed in Division 1A, and they will be hosting Division 2B, 4th seed. So, the winner tonight will go on to face the victor of the other Division II matchup that's happening, and that is going to be whoever wins in the game between Westerly and Cumberland. Those two teams will end up playing next weekend. And then the other two games that are on the slot, Cranston West and Woonsocket playing tonight, as well as Portsmouth and East Providence. Both those two teams, well, two of the 4 teams will end up playing each other next week. So both teams getting set here as the referees have given the rules for tonight to either side. And we'll be back here in just a moment from Parish Field. You're watching Fans Only Sports Network, Ocean State FNL, Friday Night Lights edition. Quarterfinals here for Division II football. Once again, between the St. Raphael Saints and the Shea Raiders. We'll be right back for the coin toss. In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And welcome back to Pariseau Field here in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. Both teams walking out to midfield for the opening coin tosses. Both captains from Shea and St. Raphael's will shake hands. we'll find out in just a moment who's going to win this coin toss, as both sides are being shown both sides of the coin. Shea, being the visitor team, will call the coin toss. And so it appears Shea has won the toss. And it looks like, and the officials will say, they are going to defer until the second half. St. Raphael's will receive the opening kickoff here tonight. And here comes that sea of black and purple. Tonight's game, St. Raphael's will be wearing the black and purple jerseys, while Shea will be wearing the white and silver trim. In just a few moments, we will have ourselves the national anthem. And at this time, we're going to take a moment to honor America for the start of our national anthem. And that concludes the opening ceremonies for tonight's game. Both sides getting prepped for the opening kickoff here. And before we get into the matchup, let's give a word from tonight's game sponsors. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Perino Properties. Go to perinoproperties.com and mention Fans Only Sports Network to get a $500 credit towards buying or selling your home. 401 Strength and Fitness. Joseph Lammy, attorney at law, 696 Reservoir Ave in Cranston, Rhode Island. The Local, 478 Waterman Ave in East Providence. Shamrock Loans. Go to shamrockloans.com for more. Basta on board. 2195 Broad Street in Cranston, Rhode Island. Batola, 44 Rolfe Square in Cranston, Rhode Island. And then finally by RR Elite Recruits, with access to 3,000 schools and 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. Be seen by signing up for RR Elite Recruits today. So that's the word from today's game sponsors. Shea once again deferred the opening coin toss and will kick towards St. Raphael's. And trotting forward is Charles Forts. And Forts sends this one deep downfield. It'll be spotted just before the end zone and be taken out here. And a hard return there. Whistle's already being blown as he is brought down. Damian Acampo was the man to return the ball there. So they said he stepped into the end zone. So an automatic touchback to start this first drive. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line as the Saints will head out onto the field for the first drive of this RIIL Division II state quarterfinal game. So 1st and 10 for the Saints. And the Saints, with an overall record this year of 6-2, 5-1 in their own league. Shea, 3-5 overall, being 3-3 in league play. And they get set. And a snap from the Saints. Fakes, gives the handoff there, and a tackle met right in the backfield. The handoff was given to Aaron Julius. Aaron Julius on the season averaging 69.3 yards per game. 78 carries this season for 485 rushing yards and 7 rushing TDs on the season right there. Going to be a loss of a few. So it'll be 2nd and 14 from their own 16. So Julius with the loss of 4 brings up 2nd and 14 for the Saints. And gives it to him again. On the handoff, a spin. And he's brought down before the original line of scrimmage. It looks like they're going to give him about a yard or 2. And I'll bring up 3rd down and 1. A 3rd and 13, excuse me. That was Julius for a 1-yard gain.
13 from their own 17-yard line.
Daniel Wolf taking on the quarterback duties tonight, the junior out of St. Raphael's. Wolf in the shotgun, looking to throw for the first time. Wolf has a man over the middle. It's Moses Muse. Muse, a tough man to bring down as he continues to power forward.
Daniel Wolf's pass complete to Moses Muse.
And Muse looks like still waiting for the official signal from our referees. And he powered. And he put up a lot of steam there. And it looks like they're going to call him short by a yard. They're going to go for it. Hand off to Julius. Julius has the first down and more. Aaron Julius still on the ground, and the ball's loose. They're going to say he fumbled it there. And big pig pile on top. And Julius able to recover his own fumble. So a big sigh of relief from that Saints sideline, and good enough for a Saints first down. And so right out of the gate, ladies and gentlemen, you could see Aaron Julius is going to be one of the big vocal points for this offense. But Moses Muse, last season, also having himself a big year. This year, 8 total touchdowns, 4 rushing, 4 receiving. He leads the team in total touchdowns on the year. Wolf in the shotgun look with Julius to his right. Stepping back, Wolf has time, and the ball tipped in the air, nearly intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. Tip drill there as number 50, David Chase, deflected the ball up in the air, nearly brought down his own tip ball for an interception. And once again, another sigh of relief as the Saints nearly turn the ball over on a fumble and a pick. On a deflected pass, I should say. So that should be 2nd and 10 from the Saints' 46-yard line. Wolf and crew getting set once again. Wolf, quick throw to the side. Has a man. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage before he's brought down. And still looking for the intended target there. But he caught it behind the line. Could only get it back to the line of scrimmage. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 10. We couldn't get a number on that receiver. But already just 9 minutes into the first quarter. Or 3 minutes, I should say. And 3rd down and 10 for the Saints. Shea bringing a lot of pressure as they stack the box. Blitz coming. Wolf, he's got to scramble to the left side. Wolf, he's taking it himself to the sideline. He's got the first down as he takes it out of bounds. What a run from Daniel Wolf.
There is a penalty marker on the field.
And there is a penalty marker. For now, the Saints have moved the chains. But we'll see what the penalty is. And appears to be no flag. Player was down. So a new set of downs coming for St. Ray's. They've been effectively able to move the ball a couple of times. There was a couple of moments there where it almost seemed like Shea could manage to stop them, but
First down, St. Rayfield. First and 10 of the Shea 43.
so first and 10 for St. Ray's, getting set. Raiders defense looking to make its first stand. They give it to Julius as he takes it to the right. Julius cutting back inside between the tackles, and he gains about 7, so that'll bring up second down and 3.
The 36-yard line, he is 7. Second down and 3.
So second and 3, Julius with a nice 7-yard carry. And Muse has only been called on once, but him and Julius have been the vocal point for the St. Ray's offense throughout the regular season. 430 yards on the ground for Muse, as well as 219 through the air. 4 touchdowns both in the ground and the air. Wolf with a dual back set. Wolf gives it this time to Moses Muse. Muse up the right side. He's got the first down. He's still powering forward just before the 20, a little past the 25, and he gives the Rays and the Saints a new set of downs.
Tackled at the Shea 24, gain of 12.
Gain of 12 on the play.
First down, St. Rayfield, first and 10.
And something you have to comment about Moses Muse's style of play is really the ground and pound, almost a LeGarrette Blount-like running back out there on the field, and able to just power his way through the first contact and just continue to churn those legs for yardage. Another handoff to Muse. Muse, right side. A lot of space as he's tackled down, corralled around his waist.
Moses, the ball carrier.
And that'll bring up second down. And about 2, an 8-yard carry for the man. He's already gained 20 yards in the last 2 plays. Another handoff, this time to Julius. Julius taking it to the left side. And he's brought down just shy of the goal.
Julius for the carry.
And that'll bring up first and goal.
Stop to the Shea 4-yard line. First down, St. Rayfield, first and goal.
So first and goal. Already just about halfway through the first quarter of action, and the Saints have chewed off a lot of this clock here in the first quarter. Dual back set. Julius on the right, Muse on the left of Wolf. Wolf gives it to Muse. Muse cutting back in. Muse, can he power across? The hands are up from the team, but the referee puts his hand up to signal he's down. So that'll bring up second and goal.
Second and goal from the 1.
So a gain of 3 will bring up second and goal from the 1-yard line. Saints looking to punch this ball in real quick to get their first score of the night. And a little bit of jumpiness. Yup, that was a little bit of movement there from Aaron Julius, and that's going to push him back. So a false start.
St. Rayfield penalized for a false start and forced 5 yards. It will be second and goal from the 6.
So second and goal from the 6-yard line after Julius jumped a little too early. False start pushes them back 5. Saints break the huddle. 5 yards behind where they originally were. Wolf giving it to Muse. Muse cutting back in. Shea. The Raiders defense comes flying in there. A sea of Raiders to take down Muse. And that's really what you got to do to Moses Muse. You got to have quite a few guys coming in to help you bring him down, because one is just not enough. And so that's going to bring up third and goal from the 10-yard line. 10 yards to go until pay dirt. And the Raiders defense really being pesky. The 3-3 league record does not really show tonight, as they are playing very tough against St. Raphael's. Wolf looking to throw with the pressure. Has Muse in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Moses Muse trotted off to the left side there. Just found a way open behind the defense in the flats. And the Saints take an early 6-0 lead here in the RIIL Division II quarterfinals here in the state of Rhode Island.
9 yards on the play, touchdown St. Raphael Academy.
So St. Ray's will now get set for the point after try. Getting set for the kick is, can't really see his number from here. The kick, it is up and through the upright. 7-0 your score with just under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter of action. Shea High School really was able to set the tone early on defense and cause a lot of pressure to St. Raphael's offense, forcing them to third down several times each possession, each set of downs, I should say. But St. Raphael, the Saints, just managed to march down the field slowly and effectively, stick to their game plan, run the offense through Muse and Julius, and they were able to break it across on a nice 10-yard pass over to Muse on the left side for 6. So St. Ray's leads this one 7-0. These two teams did not get to face off at all this season. St. Raphael only managed to lose one of its league games. This was actually a non-league game against North Kingstown. The final score of that one was 33-14, completely dominated by the Skippers, the Division I state champions of last year. A squib kick, and this one's taken up this time by Keandron Sylvia. Sylvia, he's wrapped up just before midfield on the squib kick. And so Shea set up in a pretty solid opportunity to march downfield. Solid real estate with about 4:28 to go here in the first quarter of action. Our game clock a little bit ahead of the stadium clock. And so 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line of Shea. And not a lot of statistics to find online about these guys, but the thing we know is they just barely snuck into the postseason this year with some wins that most people didn't think they'd have. A 15-14 win over Barrington, a 21-12 win over South Kingstown, and a 47-20 win over Cranston East. Cranston East, definitely a team that they needed to win against, and they were able to effectively do so. So a 7-yard carry is going to bring up 2nd and 3. And a run here yet again. Still trying to power his way forward as there's a sea of purple to get on top of him. And that's enough for the Raiders to move the chains. So the Raiders answering back very quickly after allowing the Saints to score, but they quickly get their first down on just 2 plays. Their first down. Raiders trying to even things up on the Accord. Under center is Cameron Seaver for the Raiders. Seaver, he's going to hand it off this time to number 28. And 27, that's Zachary Pinto. And Pinto gains about 4, so that'll bring up 2nd down and 6.
Second down and 7.
So on 2nd and 7, Seaver under center. Triple back set behind him as he gives it again. The handoff, trying to power his way forward. He'll be brought down a little past the 35-yard line. And that was
Gain of 3 yards.
Dramon Bamba.
3rd down and 4 from the St. Raphael 34.
So they'll bring up 3rd and 4 after the short carry from Bamba. And Seaver will lead the offense back out on 3rd and 4. And a handoff once again to Bamba. Bamba, hard run, using his speed to churn across for a first down.
Bamba with the ball carried.
And the Raiders
Down at the St.
off to an excellent start
First down and 10, Shea.
on their first series. After allowing a touchdown, they have not faltered. And they look to get on the scoreboard, perhaps, before things wrap up here in the first quarter of action. Bamba, the main tailback in the back, stack set. They give a fullback draw, and right up the gut.
Bamba with the
And
carry.
And to carry the ball this time, still need to see that jersey number as he didn't really separate himself. It looks like that was number 9, Caden Lotch. So Lotch with the carry at the fullback position. Bamba set behind him. Seaver giving it to Bamba. Bamba spins, trying to continue to power his way forward as the defense nearly strips the ball loose. And that'll bring up 3rd and short. About 2 we'll give them. As we're under a minute to go in the first quarter of action. Score sits at 7-0. As St. Raphael leads Shea
3rd and 1 for Shea.
early in the moments, but 3rd down and 1 here. We'll see if the Raiders can convert on 3rd and 1. Bamba has the first down as he falls to the turf.
Bamba with the carry.
And he definitely doesn't look too happy, as he definitely knew he had some daylight there, exclaiming to his offensive line, but it's enough for a Raiders first.
Picked up at the 12-yard line, gain of 5.
30 seconds to go in
First
quarter
and 10,
number
Shea.
1.
At the St. Raphael 12.
Under center again. Seaver. The handoff to Bamba, who takes it to the left side. And on the power, on that power run, somehow the Saints
Bamba with the
defense
carry.
comes up with it, but they're going to say he was down. So that'll bring up 2nd down. And that should be the final play of the first quarter of action. Score 7-0 after 1.
And that is the end of the first
As
quarter.
the Saints lead this one 7-0. We'll be right back here from Fans Only Sports Network between St. Raphael Saints and the Shea Raiders. And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick. Goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick. Goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher shot, score!
And welcome back. That's 2nd and 5 here for Shea. And the handoff. Bamba taking it to the left. Bamba. And he's going to get stopped just shy of the end zone. And so that's going to bring up 3rd down. And about 1. Raiders looking to answer back in the early minutes of this one. Both teams driven down the field. And both have effectively managed to just move through each of these defenses, but they're actually going to ask for a spot. So the chain gain's going to come out. And they're going to measure this to see how close we are to a first down. And just shy by inches. So 4th and inches the call on, or 3rd and inches the call on the field. But a very affordable situation for the Raiders to be in as they still have one more down to go.
Gain of 4 on the carry will be 3rd and 1 from the Shea Rayfield 3.
So 3rd and inches. Saver trying to hard count at the line. And he's going to take it himself. Saver! Is he across? They're going to give it to him. Touchdown, Raiders. And the Raiders quickly answer back on their first offensive drive, giving credit of the touchdown to their quarterback, Cameron Saver, as they now make the game 7-6. Point after try pending. And that was just a very effective drive for the Raiders as they ran the offense through Jermaine Bamba. Bamba using his speed and his shiftiness to really drive the ball upfield. The point after try is up and shanked hard to the left. No good. So the Raiders do answer in the opening minutes of the second quarter, but they missed the point after try. And now they're going to have to go to the sideline and just get their defense set. They trail by 1.
Snack Shack, which is hard to say. But it's being run by the Shea Rayfield Student Council. Tonight they're serving.
And as we enter the second quarter of action, we'll give you the word from tonight's game sponsors. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by the Perino Properties. Go to perinoproperties.com and mention Fans Only Sports to get a $500 credit towards buying or selling your home. 401 Strength and Fitness. By Joseph Lammy, attorney at law at 696 Reservoir Ave in Cranston, Rhode Island. By The Local, located at 478 Waterman Ave in East Providence. Shamrock Loans. Go to shamrockloans.com for more. By Basta Ristorante on Broad, 2195 Broad Street in Cranston. Batello, 44 Rolfe Square in Cranston. And then finally by RR Elite Recruits, with access to 3,000 schools and 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. Be seen by going to RR Elite Recruits today to sign up for your profile. So that does it from tonight's game sponsors. And Shea answering back, but unable to knock in the point after try. They trail now by 1 here on the kickoff. This one's sent down and will be spotted and returned from just past the 10-yard line. And finally tackled down at just about the 20-yard line. That'll be a new set of downs, 1st and 10 for St. Ray's.
Shea's kickoff returned by St. Rayfield to the 25-yard line. Saints ball, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. And the Saints getting set. With 11:13 to go. They managed to chew off a majority of that first quarter clock, and time of possession definitely going to be a key factor. Wolf looking for a man. He has no option. He's going to take it up himself and slide down for about a gain of 5 or 6 as he gets past the 30. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 5 on the 5-yard carry.
30-yard line, 2nd and 5.
Wolf definitely looked like he might have had someone. He saw Connor Curran shadowing in the flats. But Wolf definitely looked like he didn't want to take the risk and potentially throw it into some secondary traffic. So 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard scramble. Dual set in the backfield. Wolf. And he's going to give it to Julius. Julius to the left side, powering forward. Ball looked like it crossed the plane for the first down, and the referee going to put his hand up on the sideline. And likely to signal, and there it is, first down as the Saints move the ball.
First down, St. Rayfield, 1st and 10 on their own 35.
Screw this guy. Yeah, I don't know. And back into the action. And a new set of downs after that hard run by Julius. Hand off to Julius again, taking it to the left side. And Julius met right away back at the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up second down. No gain on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. And the Saints break the huddle. Man in motion. And they're going to give it to him. Taking it upfield. This one, number 6, Damian Ocampo. And Ocampo, he's going to bring it up for a manageable 3rd down. Looks like it'll be a 3rd down and 4.
Brought down the Shea 39-yard line.
3rd and 5, we'll call it.
3rd down and 4.
Or give it to him for 6. And apologies, ladies and gentlemen, some technical difficulties going up on here in our broadcast, but we managed to fix that up for you. So 2nd and 5 for Shea. And the handoff taken to the left and brought down just before the first down mark. So Shea managing to force a turnover on downs for St. Raphael's, and now the Saints in a very interesting spot, 3rd and 2. A chance to stop the Raiders. And so that'll bring up 3rd and 2. Raiders managed to force a turnover on downs. Saints looking to make something similar, and the handoff to Bamba. He's going to bring it across. And it looks like it's enough for the first, but we'll see what the officials are going to call it. And they're going to give it to him. So the Saints kind of, they looked a little bit off on their first possession. The second possession stopped in their tracks. And now it's defense playing on its heels as Shea has really come into this game hungry for a victory. They trail only by a point, a chance to take the lead for the first time tonight. Under center. The handoff to Bamba. Bamba runs over his own tackle. He's going to get pushed up. And you can tell he's not happy. And a player down on the field, that's number 56. That's Christopher Araju for the Saints, and he looks like he's in a lot of discomfort. While the trainers assess the situation there, we'll take a break. You're watching Fans Only Sports Network. And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's. And welcome back after the injury timeout.
Second out and 6 for Shea from the St. Raphael's 42.
And the handoff to Bamba. Bamba brings it upfield.
Bamba with the carry.
All right, 3rd down and 3. Raiders with another 3rd down conversion. They've converted each time in this one so far. The handoff up the gut. And did they get the first? And they might be just a bit shy. But I think they might give it to him. See what the call on the field is. And they're going to call a timeout, officials timeout. And they're going to bring out the chain gang once again. And they're going to give him the first. It is enough to move the chains. And the Raiders are really starting to turn some heads here. As they manage to convert once again. They have not missed a third down conversion this game.
Shea, 1st and 10 from the St. Rayville 36.
And already setting the tone in this first half of action. So 1st and 10 from just about the 35-yard line at the 36. Seaver with the handoff. Taking it up the left side. And give credit on the run to number 28, Zachary Pinto. And it's a gain of about 3. That should bring up 2nd down and 7.
32. Second down.
So on 2nd down and 7. Seaver under center. He's going to give it to Bamba. Bamba up the gut on the right side. Bamba churning forward, has the first down.
Bamba with the carry.
And a gain of at least 10. And it's enough to move the chains, and the Raiders are marching closer and closer towards the end zone to try and take their first lead of the game with just about 3 minutes to go. The handoff to Bamba. Bamba wrapped up the gut. And
Remain Bamba with the carry.
He will be stopped after a 3-yard carry. That'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Second down and 7.
And the Raiders really making this drive effective as their defense did its job to stop the Saints. This game could be a tight one, folks. Seaver, the handoff. He's going to give it this time to Pinto. And Pinto on the left. He'll be tackled down. And definitely looks like he's a little bit upset as he thought he had something left in the tank to keep churning ahead. And whistle's blown. That'll stop the clock. Timeout called by Shea. Knocking on this doorstep just before 2 minutes. Your score 7-6. We'll be right back here on Fans Only Sports. And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and we're back. 2nd and 7, or excuse me, that's going to bring up 3rd down and about 5 after the 2-yard carry from Pinto. 2:09 remaining in the second quarter. Seaver, the handoff to Bamba. Bamba thrown down to the turf immediately, and he's only gains about a yard. That's going to bring up 4th and 4. So the Raiders, only 4 yards till a conversion. This is the first time they've been stopped on 3rd down all night.
At the 11-yard line. 4th down and 3.
So it's 4th and 3, the call. And now the difficult decision of what to do here, and it looks like they're most definitely going to go for it. Clock ticking away. It looks like the Raiders are just going to try and run a lot of this game clock out. And they'll call timeout with just about 1:10 to go on 4th and 3. So Shea will take its second timeout of the game. And obviously using the strategy to try and end things here in the second quarter of action with 1:10 to go. Trying to punch it in. But most importantly, trying to convert here. St. Raphael's was stopped. And we've only had 4 offensive drives this whole game, 2 by either side. And only able to put points up on the board once. And it's definitely a game we did not expect to go the way it is. And so on 4th and 3, the defense already breaks out. And Shea coming back out. Only 1:10 to go until the end of the first half. 4th and 3. Seaver under center. And he'll roll over, play action to the corner of the end zone. Incomplete, out of the reach of his man, number 5. That's Chikori Guya. And it's a turnover on downs. Guya looked like he was just taking it to the corner of the end zone, a nice little flag route. And just unable to find him. The ball going through the outreached hands of Guya. And Seaver unable to complete it on his first pass attempt of the game. And so that leads to a turnover on downs, and the Saints can breathe a sigh of relief as they look like they might have had to battle back going into halftime. They do receive the ball coming out of the half, but the Saints now, with 1:03 to go, have a chance to potentially make something happen. You never know. Moses Muse, definitely a lot of power. Aaron Julius with a lot of speed. So we'll see what they do. Wolf under center. And the handoff to Julius. Julius up the gut. Julius wrapped down as he gets the first down. A gain of about 12 on the play.
Aaron Julius with the carry.
And whistles to stop the clock with 54 seconds to go. Timeout, St. Ray's.
Tackled at the 24-yard line. 13-yard gain on the carry.
That's enough for a Saints first down.
1st and 10. And it's a timeout called by St. Rayville.
And both teams really trying to discuss it over, but more so the Saints. As the Saints have just been able to be quite dominant in this one. Both defenses have really kind of set the table for what it is. Able to stop each other and turn the ball over on downs on both possessions. Shea nearly able to convert in the end zone, but looked like they might have tried a little too much on that play. Should have gone down to simplicity. The game's still close here with only 54 seconds to go. Wolf in the shotgun. And a handoff towards the right side. And brought down after a gain of only a couple. That was Julius on the carry. Clock ticking away. Another handoff to Julius. Julius up the gut. He's going to be met by the defensive line. That'll bring up third down.
Julius with the carry.
And another timeout called as we get 3rd and 1.
Timeout, St. Raphael, their 2nd and a half.
It's 24 seconds to go on the game clock. So it's been a very contested game. Both sides able to really put up good stances against one another. But still, St. Raphael's only leads by 1 as Shea managed to miss their first point after try attempt of the night. And that could be the defining factor in this one, especially since they couldn't punch it into the end zone just before the end of the half here in half number 1. Saints, obviously, with not much time left to go. They only have 1 timeout remaining. And the score still sits at 7-6 here on 3rd and 2. Saints trot back out.
3rd and 2 for St. Raphael from their own 32.
And the handoff to Julius, taking it up the left side. Julius has space, keeps churning the legs forward. They'll give him the first down, but the clock's still running. Or it looks like they'll stop the clock and to set the chains. And another timeout called, 3rd and final timeout by the Saints.
Timeout called by St. Raphael. Their 3rd and final timeout of the first half.
And we'll see what they do here with this new set of downs. Only 17 seconds on the game clock. And we haven't really seen a vertical pass offense really be used by St. Ray's at all. And this was kind of a pattern we even saw last season with them when they'd set the table for their offensive plays. But not much time left in this first quarter, or first half, I should say. And definitely just trying to discuss things over, see if they can catch him off guard. Shea's defense all set and ready to go. "17 seconds to go. New set of downs. Wolf stepping back. He's going to huck this one up deep downfield. It's brought down and caught by Damian Ocampo. And Ocampo, they're going to have to get set quick. Only 9 seconds to go. Chains. Clock has been stopped with 9 seconds so the chain gain can get set. Clock ticking away. And they're going to spike the ball with only 4 seconds. Wow. What a deep throw to Damian Ocampo. At least 40 yards on the pass as the ball's spotted at the 25-yard line of Shea. And I don't know what the Saints drew up on the sideline, but whatever they did, whatever they put together, it executed perfectly. Ocampo really laying out there. And that should definitely go on the Monday Night Football edition of You Just Got Mossed. Except no one-hander, really, so. But regardless, a great play.
2nd and 10 for the 25.
2nd and 10. Trips to the left. Tailback, and then one wide to the right. Wolf looking to throw to the corner of the end zone. Has a man in the corner. He's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Wow. Number 6, Damian Ocampo again. Wow. You could not have drawn the play up any better. Sailing that ball into the night, into the corner of the end zone, and Damian Ocampo puts the Saints up 13-6 as time expires in the first half of action. And that's what you have to really call a Hail Mary. Just threw it up into the heavens. And this kick, it's right down and good. So after the first half of action here in the Division II States quarterfinals, St. Raphael's Saints leading Shea High School Raiders 14-6. What a great series of events. A touchdown scored by Moses Muse in the beginning, and then one on two passes to Damian Ocampo. And St. Raphael's leads by a comfortable one-possession lead. We'll take a timeout here as the first half comes to a conclusion, and what a way it concluded to start. You're watching Fans Only Sports Network's live coverage of Division II football in the state of Rhode Island as the St. Raphael Saints lead the Shea High School Raiders 14-6. We'll be back for the start of the second half. In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, Throws it back in the end zone. Intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires. Deflected. No. Rebound. Score!
The handball shot off the post. Score!
First try kick. Goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher. Shot. Score! Cornell down the field. End zone. That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right. Throws it back in the end zone. Intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires. Deflected. No. Rebound. Score!
The handball shot off the post. Score!
First try kick. Goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher. Shot. Score! Cornell down the field. End zone. That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right. Throws it back in the end zone. Intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires. Deflected. No. Rebound. Score!
The handball shot off the post. Score!
First try kick. Goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher. Shot. Score! Cornell down the field. End zone. That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right. Throws it back in the end zone. Intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires. Deflected. No. Rebound. Score!
The handball shot off the post. Score!
First try kick. Goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher. Shot. Score! Cornell down the field. End zone. That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right. Throws it back in the end zone. Intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires. Deflected. No. Rebound. Score!
The handball shot off the post. Score!
First try kick. Goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher. Shot. Score! Cornell down the field. End zone. That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right. Throws it back in the end zone. Intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires. Deflected. No. Rebound. Score!
The handball shot off the post. Score!
First try kick. Goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher. Shot. Score! Cornell down the field. End zone. That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right. Throws it back in the end zone. Intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires. Deflected. No. Rebound. Score!
The handball shot off the post. Score!
First try kick. Goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher. Shot. Score! Cornell down the field. End zone. That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires,
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the start of the second half. Your score 14-6 as the St. Raphael Saints lead the Shea High School Raiders. And a big end of the first half capped off by Damian Ocampo scoring a deep touchdown. And it was one of those types of routes where when he caught the first one for 40-plus yards, look at that coaching staff was like, we'll just go to him again. And ball tipped in the air, nearly fumbled on the result. And Sylvia takes it up as he's brought down at just before the 30-yard line. So Shea deferred the opening coin toss. They received to start the second half. And St. Raphael's did its job before the conclusion of the first half, scoring a touchdown and using all 3 of their timeouts to coordinate a deep strike to the corner of the end zone with only 4 seconds to go until the end of the first half. And the Saints capped off the drive with a touchdown. They now lead 14-6. So Seaver under center. And the carry brought down is Bamba in the backfield. Loss of yards on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Loss of a yard on the carry, 2nd and 11.
And whistle's blown. And it looks like Bomba's a little shaken up. And they're going to escort him off to the side. Jermaine Bamba has been the vocal point of this Raiders offense tonight, and losing him while trailing would be very detrimental to this offensive game plan. So Seaver under center. And it looks like he got everyone to jump on the offensive line. Both guards jumping. And that's going to be a loss of 5 on the play on the penalty for the false start. That's going to bring up 2nd and 16.
Shea penalized for a false start. First 5 yards will be 2nd and 16.
And more whistles being blown.
27.
And still waiting for our officials to get everything set. Not quite sure what the holdup is. So Bamba getting checked out on the sideline bench. He definitely doesn't look too happy. And game will resume. 2nd and 16. Seaver in the shotgun. He's going to huck this one in the middle of the field. Nearly intercepted. It's going to fall incomplete. Great defense there by number 6. That was Damian Ocampo. And contesting Anselma Pena. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 16. Nearly coming down with an interception. He already has a touchdown in this game. And the touchdown and his deep reception that was caught before that touchdown was just like the way he deflected that pass. He nearly had himself an INT to cap it off. So Seaver on 3rd and 16. Scrambles to the left side. Seaver feels the pressure. He's going to be brought down in the backfield and sacked. Ian Bing to bring him down. And Ian Bing led the team in the regular season with sacks, 8.5 on the season, and he gets one tonight.
4th down and long from the 22.
And so that's going to bring up 4th and very long, as Shea is going to set up the first punt of the evening. And the punt, it is up and heading towards the sideline and out of play. So that's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Saints. And it's been a contested game, but the Saints defense has been able to stand tall throughout most of this one, only allowing one score in the affair.
The ball, 1st and 10, from their own 47.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line with 10:04 to go in the third quarter. St. Ray's has dominated time of possession throughout this one. And they're definitely looking to kill some more of this clock off with that strong running attack. Muse on Wolf's left, on his right is Julius. Julius is given the handoff to the left side. Muse laying a key block. Julius going forward has more than enough for the first down.
Aaron Julius with the carry.
And they move the ball for about 15 and a new set of downs.
Stop at the 35-yard line. 18 yards gain of the play. First down, St. Raphael, 1st and 10.
And that was an 18-yard carry for Julius. And Aaron Julius has just been able to run the ball down this defense's throats all night long. And we'll see if they give it to again. They're going to go to Muse this time. Moses Muse up the middle. And Muse powers through a couple of tackles. And eventually defense will stand him up. Can't get him to the turf. But it's enough of a scrum pile to stop the play. And he'll gain 5 on that carry. And then he'll bring up 2nd and 5. Both backs really bringing a lot to the table for this St. Ray's unit. And they break the huddle once again. Wolf. And he'll give the handoff to Julius on the left side. Julius taking it to the side. Flags thrown as he's taken out of bounds for the first down. And we'll take a look to see what this penalty is. It looks like it will probably end up coming back. And holding called against the offense. That'll push him back 10 yards. And so that'll bring up 2nd and 15.
The 2nd down and 15 from the Shea 40.
10-yard penalty on the holding call. 2nd and 15 now, the marker. Wolf looking to throw. He looks to the right side. He's got a man there. Continues to move forward is Ocampo. Ocampo out of bounds as he took it to the sideline. They couldn't cleanly bring him down, and he manages to gain a whole lot. Give him about 13, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 3rd and 2.
3rd and short.
And the handoff to Julius. Julius corralled by his jersey, and he's thrown out of bounds. And he's thrown to the turf. And they're going to give him the new set of downs, as he did reach the yard mark.
5 yards gain on the carry. First down, St. Raphael. 1st and 10 on the Shea 22.
So 1st and 10 from the 22. Wolf. And whistle blown here. False start called against the offense. And that's going to push them back 5.
St. Raphael penalized for a false start. With the 5-yard penalty, it is 1st and 15 from the Shea 27.
So 1st and 15 after the false start. Wolf in the shotgun. Wolf looking to throw. He looks to the left. And he's brought down, sacked in the backfield. Leave it to the big boy. That's number 52, Luis Santos. Bringing him down for a loss of yards.
Luis Santos with a sack for Shea.
That's a big loss. Looks like it's going to bring him back to about the 34-yard line.
Loss of 6.
It's a loss of 6 on the play.
Second down for St. Raphael from the Shea 33.
2nd and 21. And that was a big loss there. As once again, Luis Santos getting in on the sack. Julius with the man in motion. And the fakes the handoff. It's going to go. Wolf giving it to Julius, and he's met immediately in the backfield. It's going to lose even more yards. It looks like it's going to bring up 3rd and 25. As it was a loss of 5 on the play.
3rd down and long for St. Raphael.
3rd and 25. Long way to go. Wolf stepping back. Has 4 men to throw to. Gets it over to the side. Taking it upfield back towards the original line as he's brought down about a yard shy. And that's going to bring up 4th and 11. And a man down. It looks like it was our wideout. Bringing it upfield. Couldn't get a jersey number on that. And an injury timeout on the field. Looks like he's a little shaken up. And that was Robert Littlejohn, fortunately able to get up under his own power and get off the turf. So about 4th and 13.
To Robert Littlejohn. Makes it 4th down and 13 from the 25.
4th and 13, and the offense elects to stay out. Wolf looking to the sideline, and he's brought down and sacked in the backfield. Shea forcing a turnover on downs by number 8. And we don't seem, it's either going to be, looks like it's Anselmo Pena. And another player shaken up. That's Dylan Shaheen limping off the field. But Shea able to stop the Saints dead in their tracks. And they'll get the ball after the turnover on downs.
With the sack, it's a turnover on downs. Shea ball. 1st and 10 of their own 34.
5:53 to go in the 3rd quarter. Both teams, once again, have taken a drive in this quarter. Neither able to cap it off with any type of score. And St. Ray's leads comfortably right now, but not with too much comfort as they only lead by 8. Shea with a chance to get back into the fold with a quick score. And for many people who are tuning into the broadcast, including myself, we didn't expect the game to be this close, or as close as it is. Shea has been able to stay within this game for much of the affair. And St. Ray's really playing a little uncharacteristically. Handoff to Bamba. And and brought down.
Bamba with a carry.
That's going to bring up second down and about 7 on the 3-yard carry.
Second down and 7.
And the handoff to the tailback. Bamba corralled immediately in the backfield. And they might give him a yard on the carry. And that's going to bring up third down and about 6 to go. That was Pinto with the run. Correction. So 3rd and 6 from their own 38. Shea. They've gone for it each time, but they're deep within their own territory. A third down conversion would definitely be something that they desperately need to get back into this one. And the handoff to Bamba. Bamba runs into his own tackles as he's brought down to the turf. Looks like he was tackled for what is likely no gain, and that's going to bring up 4th and 6. So now the question is this Shea offense going to elect to keep its unit out on the field, or are they going to have to send special teams to likely bail them out of this situation?
Gain of 2 yards on the carry, 4th down and 4.
So they'll give them 2 yards and give them 4th down and about 4 or 5. And already under 4 minutes to go in this third quarter of action. And they do elect to send out the punting unit. And stepping back is Charles Forts to send this kick back. And it's a fake. It's a fake. A punt fake heading to the sideline. And it's going to result in a turnover on downs. Shea got a little too cocky there as Anselmo Pena took the direct snap. And he is taken down on the sideline. And St. Raphael's will start its drive at about the 42. And now it's a question if that play is likely going to bite the Raiders. And it most certainly will if the Saints can score on this possession, as they are in beautiful real estate. .3:16 to go in quarter number 3. Wolf. He's going to give it to Julius. And Julius is going to gain about 1. And that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Short gain on the play, 2nd down.
So 2nd and 9. Wolf fakes the handoff, play action, scrambling to the right, pressure from Shea, and he'll throw this to the sideline, incomplete. Managed to get the ball out, and coaches questioning why they didn't throw a flag for intentional grounding. It's because he rolled out of the pocket, and he managed to get rid of the ball.
Wolf's pass is incomplete, brings up 3rd down and 9 from the Shea 41.
So I'll bring up 3rd and 9 from the 41-yard line with 2:28 to go. And only 1 yard has been gained so far on this drive for the Saints. Wolf takes the snap immediately, gets the pass over to his man, Connor Curran. Curran trying to power forward as Shea looks like they're trying to strip the ball free. And they'll whistle the play dead. And Curran only able to gain about 2 or 3. That's going to bring up 4th and 7.
4th down and 7.
Both offenses have been rendered somewhat useless throughout this game, as both defenses have really just stood up to the task of one another. And especially on St. Ray's, because we didn't expect them to really be slowed down this much, nearly this much. Wolf in the shotgun, stepping back, looking to throw on 4th down. Gets it off to the left, complete for the first down over to Robert Littlejohn, who was taken off the field not long ago for an injury. But he makes the key reception there on the 4th down try, and the Saints move the chains. And player down, and it looks like it might be Littlejohn again, clutching his lower ankle. And training staff going to take a look here. We'll take ourselves a timeout for the injury. And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Justin fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
And we're back after the injury timeout. Littlejohn able to be taken off the field effectively, and this time direct snap to Ken Jacques. And Jacques, ball was loose. Shea trying to say they have it. About 1:07 to go, and officials are going to say it's going to remain with St. Ray's. Loss of 1 on the play.
St. Rayfield recovers the fumble. Loss of a yard, 2nd and 11.
So 2nd and 11. Saints coming back here with little time left in the 3rd quarter. Our clock a little behind the actual game clock. Wolf. And they're going to give it this time up the gut to Muse, and ball loose. And did the Saints recover their 3rd straight fumble of the game? They did. Moses Muse nearly coughing that one up.
Ken Jakes in the handoff to Moses Muse. St. Rayfield recovers the loose ball.
So that's going to bring up 3rd and 5. And the 3rd quarter coming to a close here.
8 yards gain of the carry. It'll be
Score
14
to 6, same as when we returned from half number 1. And Saints still leading the Raiders 14 to 6. We'll be right back to Pawtucket, Rhode Island for the conclusion of this one, as the Division II quarterfinal between the St. Ray's Saints and the Shea High School Raiders will be determined in the remaining 12 minutes of action right here on Fans Only Sports Network. And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Justin fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the... And back for the start of the 4th quarter. 3rd and 5. And the handoff taken by Julius, I want to say. I'm still looking for him to turn around, and that is Aaron Julius taking the ball upfield. I was, in fact, holding my roster upside down for just a second. And new set of downs as the Saints convert. And only about 10 yards until they get first and goal. And just about 15 to go before they find the back of the end zone. Trying to put themselves up by a full possession. Wolf. The handoff to Moses Muse on the right side. Muse using the burst of speed, breaking across the plane, and just shy by about 2. But it's enough for a first and goal situation for the Saints as the clock continues to run. A no-huddle offense. Handoff to Muse, a draw play, and he's going to be tackled down on the backfield. That'll bring up second down and goal. Loss of about 3 or 4 on the play.
Loss of 3 on the play. Second and goal from the Shea 7.
Second and goal from the 7. Wolf steps back. The blitz coming in hard, and he'll be tackled back in the backfield. Julius Gonzalez and Dylan Shaheen each split the sack there. That actually was David Case and Gonzalez. And Shea forces a long third and goal for the Saints.
David Case and Julius Gonzalez with a stop.
And Case and Gonzalez both teaming up to split the sack in half. Third and goal from the 20 for the Saints now. There's a loss of about 12 or 13 on the sack. Wolf gets set in the shotgun. Stepping back, looking to throw. Looking to the right side, gets the ball towards the side. And caught cleanly by Connor Curran. But he'll be stopped before the 10-yard line. He'll be stopped around the 15. That brings up fourth and goal. And with not much time left to go in the fourth quarter of action, they're going to let some of this clock run out and send out the field goal unit.
The 14.
And getting set to kick the 3 is number 65, Jonah Costa. Costa waits the snap. High snap. Kick is up. And wide to the right. No good. The Saints missed the golden opportunity to take the 2-possession lead with 8:18 left to go in the fourth quarter. And they managed to fall short. And it's a turnover on downs. First and 10 for the Raiders. $8:18 to go. Shea with a chance to potentially tie the game up if they can reach the back of the end zone. They've got about 80 yards to go. And the handoff to Bamba. Bamba wrapped up before the line of scrimmage for a loss of yards. And they're going to say a loss of about 1. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Ian Bing with a stop for St. Rayfield.
And offensive line just not able to establish the blocks early on. So that'll bring up 2nd down and 11 from the 19. Seaver with the man in motion, fakes the handoff. Ball was not handled correctly, and another loss of yards. Looking like it might have been a handoff on the end around, but it's going to be a loss of 4, bringing up 3rd and 15.
Loss of 5, 3rd down and 15 from their own 15-yard line.
Other games similar to our scores. Cranston West Falcons beating the Woonsocket Villanovans 14-6 from the Nest. And then the West Warwick versus Lincoln game, 19-6 as the West Warwick Wizards lead the Lincoln Lions 19-16. Those are your score updates from around the Ocean States. As we'll see the results for that one. And whistles being blown. Timeout called by Shea with 3rd and 15. 3rd and 16, I should say. We'll take a break here on Fans Only Sports Network. You're watching our coverage of Division II quarterfinals between the St. Raphael Saints and the Shea High School Raiders. In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. And welcome back. 3rd and 16 as Shea discussed some things over on the sideline. Getting set. Seaver has a lot of room to work as the pocket collapsed, scrambling forward. He's finally tackled down. Ball's loose. We're going to mark him short as he gets past the line of scrimmage. And that's going to bring up 4th and about 8 as he gained 8 on the play. And this Shea High School unit has really been defined by its run attack tonight. And they've managed to keep themselves in this one thanks to their defense and their rushing attack. But trying to force a tie game with just 6 solid minutes to go, halfway through the 4th quarter now. Seaver, and they'll punt this one away. This one traveling all the way back. Going to be spotted, taken up by Damian Ocampo. Ocampo to the sideline. He's trying to cut back in, but it'll be thrown out of bounds at about the 40-yard line.
David Ocampo with the punt return up to the 41.
And the score update from the Nest. Pick 6 thrown as Woonsocket takes it back to the house. 14-12 the score now from Cranston West as the first half is about to come to a conclusion. Falcons led just moments ago 14-6 as we updated you there. And now narrowed the margin just before halftime. Falcons definitely looking to stay alive in the playoff race. They have played well all season long. They will play the winner of the Portsmouth East Providence game. So now 1st and 10 for the Saints. Saints looking to put the game on ice with 5:31 to go. And the handoff. And that was Muse on the carry. Gains about 2. And so I'll bring up 2nd and 8.
Moses Muse, the ball carrier. Second down and 8.
And Wolf, and they're going to get him. False start. It's going to be called against number 2. You could see him jump just a little bit. That was Robert Littlejohn. And it's going to push the ball back.
St. Raphael penalized for a false start, covers 5 yards. Second down and 12.
So now that'll bring up second down and 12. Saints doing what they can to kill this clock for Shea. They need some type of turnover. They have not. There's been little to no turnovers besides the turnover on downs we've seen in this game. Very clean work by both sides. An end-around toss as Ocampo brings it up to the original line. And so that'll bring up 3rd and 9 on the 3-yard carry.
Damian Ocampo with the carry. Third down and 9 from their own 41-yard line.
Ocampo in motion. The handoff to Julius. Julius spins around. Flag thrown as he continues to power forward for about 4. And penalties called holding against St. Ray's. And that's going to push him back 10. So that'll bring up 3rd and 19 after the hold.
St. Raphael penalized for holding. Enforced 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Will be third down and 20 from their own 30-yard line.
So 3rd and 19. Well, they'll call it 20. Under 3 minutes to go. Wolf in the shotgun as Julius. Muse in motion. They'll give it to Moses Muse. Muse taking it to the right. Powering over his own man. He's only going to gain about 1 or 2. And he spikes the ball down in frustration. As that brings up 4th down and about 17 or 18.
Timeout called by Shea. Their second timeout of the half.
And Shea calls the timeout with 2:39 to go. While they take a timeout, we'll get a word from tonight's game sponsors. Tonight's game's brought to you in part by the Perino Properties. Go to perinoproperties.com and mention Fans Only Sports. Get a $500 credit towards buying or selling your home. 401 Strength and Fitness. By Joseph Lammy, 696 Reservoir Ave in Cranston. Joseph Lammy, attorney at law. By The Local, 478 Waterman Ave in East Providence, Rhode Island. Go to thelocal.com. Shamrock Home Loans. Go to shamrockhomeloans.com for more. By Basta on Broad, 2195 Broad Street in Cranston, Rhode Island. Batola, 44 Rolfe Square in Cranston, Rhode Island. And then finally by RR Elite Recruits with access to 3,000 schools and 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. For players looking to play at the next level, be seen by being a part of RR Elite Recruits today. Go to www.rreliterecruits.com to sign up for your profile. 4th and 18, the call. Punting unit comes out after the Shea timeout. 2:39 on the game clock to go. Here from Pawtucket, Rhode Island in the first quarterfinal game of Division II football. And we'd like to thank all of you folks for tuning into Fans Only Sports Network. This kick sent way back and nearly touched by his own teammates. But it's going to take a roll and stop at about the 32. New set of downs coming.
At the Shea 32-yard line.
2:28 to go from the 32-yard line of Shea. Plenty of time with 2 timeouts still in this half for the Raiders to have a chance to march downfield and potentially tie this thing up. And under center, the handoff. Play action for the quarterback, Seaver. Taking it to the sideline. He'll bring it all the way across for the first. Flags thrown on the play. They will give him the first down as Seaver ran for at least 12. But we'll see what the penalty will be. Might be for a late hit. Still waiting for our head referee to make the call. Official still talking the previous play over. And they're going to take the flag away. No penalty to be called. So there's no foul on the play. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Just 2:17 to go in regulation.
It'll be 1st and 10 Raiders from row 47.
Going out of bounds did stop the clock. And a lot of confusion coming from this Raiders offensive unit. They finally get set. Seaver under center. Looks to throw. Has it to Bamba on the left. Bamba, a screen. Taking it up the gut. First down. And the Raiders move the chains yet again. Some late playoff magic potentially being put together by this Shea Raiders unit. And the Saints really being caught off guard by play design. Unorthodox play design. And the Raiders move the chains again. Really catching the Saints off guard with just about 2:05 to go. 2:11 in game clock regulation. Bamba coming to the sideline after a great play. And whistle's blown. And they're going to say Bamba can be an eligible player for this play. And clock will start ticking away. And we'll start right from the 2:05 mark. New set of downs as we hit the 2-minute mark. Raiders with the chance to try and tie things up before the end of regulation. Bamba on the right side, has space, powers through a man. He powers through Little John, gains about 9 or 10. And it's enough for a new set of downs. Raiders move the chains after a hard power run to the right by Jermaine Bamba. 1st and 10 from the 29. Hand off to Bamba. Gaping hole for Bamba. Taking it up the gut. Using the shoulder to bring him down was Little John. And whistles blown. Little John hurt again. Can't seem to stay upright. And a new set of downs. It's back-to-back first downs for the Raiders as they're trying to make things interesting in the ending minutes of this one. Score 14-6, and an injury timeout for Little John. So while they take a look at him, we'll take a quick commercial break. We'll take a quick commercial break and be back in just a moment for the conclusion of this one. And we're back. 3 straight first down pushes by the Shea Raiders.
1st and 10 for Shea from the St. Rayfield 12-yard line.
1:38 to go. Bomba has had 3 straight first down carries. Seaver hands it off to Bomba once more. And Bomba's met right at the line of scrimmage and tackled down for a loss. Clock ticking away. That'll bring up 2nd and 11 as there's a loss of 1. Shea's going to have to hurry back to the line. Not much time left in this one. A very dramatic close upon a Seaver. Fakes it to Bomba. Seaver looking to throw. Scrambles to the right. Flag thrown as he throws it out of bounds. Incomplete. It looks like we're going to get a holding call. And it will be holding. So what was a 2nd and 11 becomes a 2nd and 21 as it is a 10-yard penalty. That's a very costly time for Shea to commit it after having 3 straight first down carries. With only just about a minute to go in regulation.
Shea penalized for holding. Enforced 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Will be 2nd out and long from the St. Rayfield 30.
Second and 21. Under a minute to go. Raiders need to develop a play and fast. And whistle's blown. Calling the play dead. And some type of official's timeout. So they're going to set the clock back to 1:09. So 2nd and 21. Seaver steps back. Screen play. Over the middle. A hard tackle. Reception was made by Caden Latch. But getting in there to make the play was the big man, number 7, Moses Muse. And Shea calls their 3rd and final timeout of the game, as that tackle resulted in a loss of about 2 or 3, bringing up 3rd down and very long. So 3rd and about 20 some odd yards to go. Shea was in a very manageable spot moments ago, but simple mistakes have really pushed them back in this one. Only 57 seconds and a whole lot of yards to get back to where they were. Third and about 20. Seaver looking to throw. Seaver to the corner. Out of bounds, out of reach, incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th down. No flags on the play. And this Saints crowd getting very loud in these remaining seconds. No timeouts left for the Raiders. It's going to take one play to see if they can get this one in the end zone or pick up that 1st down. Seaver trotting out potentially for the final play of the season with his Raiders team. Seaver looking to throw. Screen play over the middle. He's got a man. Taking it upfield is Charles Forts. Forts scrambling back to the original line. There are multiple flags on the field as the play's called dead. Forts gained what was about 20 yards. And the penalty is declined by St. Raphael's. And that should all but do it, as it is a turnover on downs for the Saints. No timeouts remaining. What a game it's been tonight, ladies and gentlemen. A 14-6 game that started way back in the first half and that became a defensive slugfest come the second half. Saints were able to hold on strong, even with the Raiders putting up a very, very interesting match throughout. And all they got to do here is take the knee, and they'll move on to the next round of the Division II RIIL postseason. And with that, he'll take the knee, and and with that kneel, the St. Raphael Saints will advance to the state semifinals for Division II football, and they will face the winner between Westerly and Cumberland. And for now, this team can relax and celebrate after a big win for Shea. They battled hard to get to where they were this season, but St. Raphael's able to do what they needed to do. They get business done. Your final from Pawtucket, Rhode Island, 14-6, as the St. Raphael Saints take down the Shea High School Raiders. And this one, it was a great game to view throughout, ladies and gentlemen, and just a very tough finish for Shea, as they managed to stay in the game throughout the matchup, but just not enough in terms of going between the pass and the run. The run game is really what they were trying to go to for the most part. Needed a little more of that pass game to really open things up and get themselves back in the game. Some late screenplays is what really helped them climb back into this one. But that St. Ray's defense standing tall as they needed to, and a strong run game coming from Aaron Julius and Moses Muse is what propelled this team forward. Moses Muse getting the first touchdown of St. Ray's game tonight, and then followed by a deep touchdown catch by Damian Ocampo. Both players, Moses Muse and Damian Ocampo, are Fans Only Sports FNL player of the game. And we thank you all for tuning into tonight's matchup once again as the St. Ray Saints take down the Shea High School Raiders 14-6. I'm Chris Hitu, Alden Duras at camera, and Bradley Shatraw, our beat writer. He'll have an article out for you later tonight. Thank you all for tuning in to tonight's matchup. Once again, RIIL Division II football here in the state of Rhode Island. St. Raphael Saints taking down the Shea High School Raiders 14-6. Thank you, everyone, and have a great rest of your weekend, and we will catch you all